it is now currently July, which means that we have a new Patreon sticker for the month, and this one I'm super excited about. And it's a little puffer fish holding a sparkler. Now, I'm not really big on the whole 4th of July thing, but I still like sparklers and fireworks and hanging out with my family, and that's basically it. And with the whole 4th of July, if you're on my Patreon, then you'll see that I actually have an exclusive coupon for Patreons only for 30% off their order until this Sunday coming up. So if you're on my Patreon, you already saw that. If not, it's not too late to join right now to get that discount. The link to my Patreon is down below. And this coming Friday up on my Patreon will reveal the speed paint for the new painting, which is inspired by a manta ray squishmallow that I have, along with some other fish related references. But I actually worked on this painting for so long. I'm so proud of the way this came out. And like I said, the extra speed paint for this for patrons will be down below. And I also had made some new stickers for my general Etsy store, which include some memes, because why not? So this one's kind of like you have to know. And if you've ever seen that video of that raccoon cleaning his cotton candy, that's what this is based off. He's a sad little raccoon. And the second sticker that I've released is a danger noodle. I saw a snake at my friend's house and my partner was like, don't pick it up, snakes are danger noodles. So I was like, okay. And I was like, danger noodle. So the link to my Etsy to shop these stickers is down below, as well as many others. And every order, as long as supplies last, comes with a couple free stickers. And for the topic of today's video, I've seen this trend on Instagram for like 3 weeks now. I'm really late to trend, so I want to do it. I know it started on Twitter, but it was the Cartoon Network color palette challenge, the cyan, magenta, yellow, black, and white. And I picked out some markers that I think fit. They're all Prismacolor except for this one, because this one's almost out, just in case I need it. But I wanted to try to limit myself to just use these 4 colors, technically this too. So I wanted to see where this would go. And the only thing I think of to draw would be Thunder, because she has all the yellow and blue and pink and everything. And I want to try a flat color, so I'm going to see how that works out. And I'll let voiceover Emily take over the rest. Yeah, so voiceover Emily here. And as I mentioned in the intro, I have seen this Cartoon Network, what is it? CYMK color palette, I believe that's what it's called. Tried going around on Instagram for like 3 weeks, and I was like, hey, I want to do that. And of course I had to draw Thunder, and I actually really liked the way that she came out in this, and you'll see how that worked out later. Like, I was just completely in the art zone for this piece. Like, I had my idea, I was completely ready to go, and I had no complications. So I'm like, what's gonna go wrong next week? Next week I want to do another one of those blind date with the art snacks box that I got back in February, because I haven't done one since like February or March, I can't remember. I'm just in like this super art zone recently. Like, I've been cranking out my sketchbook stuff like 3 weeks ahead of schedule for my posting on Instagram. Nothing went wrong with this Thunder drawing, with this limited color palette. Like, I'm just ready to go. There's just something about being ready to go with art, and I'm like, yes, let's go. I'm also riding this high that I'm super excited for. Obviously, if you couldn't tell, I live in Pennsylvania. I live in northeastern Pennsylvania, and as you know, I'm trying to make art my full-time thing since I don't work retail anymore, and a job offer I had fell through. I think it did. This November, I am doing the Scranton Comic Con. It's going to be my first convention, and I'm terrified. Like, my friend Onigiri Art, shout out to you, like, love them to death. They're the ones who sent me the link, like, hey, this tiny convention, it's not like tiny, like, hey, this little convention is on convention scale, it'd be a good start for you. So I was like, okay. I sent in my application, and it was like, we reply in like 48 hours. So I was like, okay, cool. So I applied, and it was like, it was Memorial Day weekend, because the early admission price for vendors closed June 1st. So it was Memorial Day weekend, and I didn't hear anything back for like 2 weeks. And then I actually called them, because I was like, did I do the application wrong? I've never done this before. And the man who answered the phone was so nice. He was like, oh yeah, we don't know when the loading time is to load off for vendors, so we haven't sent out replies yet. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to like be pushy. This is my first convention. And he was like, oh, your first convention, congratulations. And I told him like my name and my business name, and he was like, I'm looking at you right here, you look good, your website's really cute. I used my Etsy, and he goes, there shouldn't be anything wrong with your application, you'll get an email in the next couple weeks. And I was like, cool. Well, I just got the email last week about like, your application was accepted, you just have to send the down payment for the table. And I was like, cool. But I noticed that he set me up for the money order, which is my original plan. And I asked him when I called, can I change it to PayPal? And he was like, yes, you can, that's no big deal, but he didn't put it in. So I called him again after a day, because I realized I sent the email to one of those do not reply emails, and he was so nice. Again, He's like, I remember talking to you. So he changed it to PayPal. He sent me the invoice straight up. It was so easy. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry if it gets like pushy or whatever. It's my first convention. Again, I'm nervous. And he's like, I'll tell you what. He goes, we also do the Hershey Park Comic Con as well, which is a little bit bigger. It's not huge like Anime X, which I also heard they just had a bunch of problems this past Anime X in Texas. And it's also not as busy as like MegaCon. So I was like, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. For real? So he goes, yeah, I'll put you on a list to do a callback for Hershey Comic Con when we get it set up. So I might have 2 conventions. Well, one this year, along with my local stuff. Because I think I'm doing the Hoedown that's in my town. And I might be doing the Winter Festival. Either way, I'm like getting into the whole convention scene and I'm like, now it's a time to panic. But like I said, I'm also super excited. And Zapdos is too. I don't know if he knows that if... I know he doesn't know, but I kind of want to think that he's smart enough to know that if this art thing actually does work out in my favor, then I'll be able to spend more time with him. Because he just looks so happy. And also, none of this would be possible without the support of you guys. And thank you all so much for supporting me just throughout this entire time. Like, between that bitch I used to work with, the fear of being the disappointment to my family because I'm an artist, I didn't go to college. No, everybody in my life, besides a certain couple bitches, have been super supportive of me. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I may not be able to see who all subscribes because a lot of you guys have that hidden, I can't see, but I love and appreciate every single one of you. So yeah, I'm on this kick, so I'm gonna go edit this and start on that mystery box. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week.